I don't know if it starts with an
We have
X.
people. We have people, so I'm thinking that the commercial's over.
Oh, well then see?
Pepper's saying commercial, but I'm seeing, according to the little eyeball there, we got people. So I'm thinking people can see us.
We don't know for sure.
There we are. See, Pepper's our little like spy that lets us know when the commercial's over.
Dun dun dun! And now that the commercials are over, welcome to Astrology and Alchemy with Paranormal Sarah and Matthew Slosier every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central Standard. Here, guys. We're here every Tuesday. We're so excited to see you. So many fun, familiar faces in the chat room. Brianna, Pepper, Steph. Who am I forgetting? Matt. I don't want to forget
Field
anybody.
guy.
Everybody. Hello, hello, hello. How's your week been?
My week's okay. My week's been a very crazy week, but it's good. I have I'm like busy in a good way this week, so it's all good.
Are you shuffling your cards? You got tarot cards out this week?
Yeah, actually, yeah, you heard me. So I decided last minute, I decided I'm going to do something different. So you're doing music. I'm not going to do my playlist tonight. I'm going to pull a card for each day. That's going to be my thing for the day or for the week.
Okay. I appreciate that. Yeah, it is a little different. And that's how divination is, you know, retrieving information from the divine in all the ways that you might do it. Do it. Do it however you want. Ooh, I've got the song for today, which everybody, how's that moon and Leo doing for you? This is the Ain't No Sunshine. Ooh, what?
I'm just saying hi to people in the chat. I'm just
Curtis.
Yeah, I don't mean to disrupt you. So sorry. Just
no.
I
Look at all these people.
I have like chat room Tourette's tonight, and I'm just like
Katie.
things out.
Katie.
Hey, Katie. Yeah, I didn't get back to read. I usually try on Monday to replay, but I knew as like all kinds of shit was happening last week. I'm like, I'm thinking if I remember right, so I don't get a chance to write down notes like while we're doing this, and I always do it spontaneously. But my gut feel is like I think we were like pretty spot on last week.
I mean, and again, my ego would love to take the credit. My ego would be like, yes, I'm so psychic. I'm so psychic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, it really is astrology. It really is alchemy, being able to decipher, determine, navigate, maneuver, understand those energies. That's science, yo. I mean, it's doable. And the awareness, the time it takes to journal it. Did you guys bring your journals with you? I brought mine. Did you bring yours? Bring it. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't not do something I would ask you to do or something like that. So when we say that journaling is a really great way to keep track of divination, track what it is that you're doing, manifest, we mean it, people. We mean it.
I'm telling you, I shared with you on Monday. I do this thing. I've told you guys, and I'd be willing to do it for any of you if you want to reach out to me. This solar return, which actually it starts on your birthday, but it kind of gives you predictions for the year. And then I do lunar returns for the month for myself as I try to kind of refine on this. And it's been really interesting. The first 2 months so far, I've been because my birthday is at the end of the year, December 28th. So mine kind of winds up very easy. It's been interesting to see how the predictions line up. It's been good, but it's not like 100% like, oh my God, it's like, oh wow, you thought it was going to be A. It was close, but it was this thing, not that. And so it's been really kind of interesting to see how it's all playing out, but it's been really, really interesting. Like I had some financial things that popped up and I thought it was going to be job, but no, it was like, I'm going to have like 2 cars die on the same day. It's like that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Makes sense.
But, yeah. It's all lining up.
It's all lining up. And so I know in the chat room, people keep reiterating, it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Field Guy. I'm sorry to interrupt again. Field Guy's birthday is the same birthday as my oldest daughter. Very cool.
That's really
my
cool.
oldest daughter's birthday is next Tuesday.
Hi. Mary says, yeah, what? Man, the chat is on fire tonight.
Love it.
Every time I step away, it is cool. And no synchronicity goes unnoticed. I love that. So yeah, we've got our music playing. We've got our divination going. Last week, we'd kind of shared that full moon, it's technically tomorrow, Wednesday, And it's going to be what, early in the morning, what, 1:46, I think is what we're looking at. So, I mean, very early.
Just a
So, as
couple
far
hours
as
away.
ritual wise, I had it on our journal for Tuesday for that full moon in Leo, igniting your passions and dreams. We shared in and on the Facebook social media space how to use that ritual suggestion, that shadow work, mirror scrying. Who are you? Really, a good indicator of, and I will probably copy and paste the full moon stuff for all of us who share on social media tomorrow to have it for tomorrow as well. Just to reiterate, because you can never do anything too much, especially in a full moon in Leo. Oh my gosh. But this is about like, your pride, showing who you really are, really using that energy and being aware of identity, I would say. But we did that last week and we shared like ego, shadow work, all the suggestions. But as far as jumping into the astrology, I would say tonight, into the night, before you go to bed, light that candle, do that ritual,
Put your
write
crystals out, put your moon water out, do all
all
that
the
fun
things
stuff.
that you do, all the things that you do it so that you're prepared for the morning when that full moon is around. So, you feeling it? You feeling the full moon energy, the vibe?
Yeah.
I always get a little bit of a headache. I always make sure to, and it's funny what people notice, like my jewelry. Certain people will be like, "Oh, you're wearing that for the full moon," or I'll, my tattoos or my jewelry changes. Oh, I see. Me. Yes, yes. What do you guys do? Share in the chat room. What are you doing for the full moon in Leo?
Look at Katie. I don't know if Katie meant, do we do combo readings, the two of us for people? That answer is yes. Do we do couple
Yes.
readings, meaning a reading for a couple? That is yes. Do we do
Yes.
couple readings, the two of us doing readings for a couple? That is yes. So any of those combos, it's yes, yes, yes.
The
Just let us
answer
know.
is yes, yes, yes. Do it. So yeah, let us know. And if you guys are interested in reading, we will be sharing that information at the very end of the show, but you are more than welcome to follow us to wherever you are at, Instagram, YouTube, wherever. And we'll be glad to help you in that direction. Because for sure, we're also working on all kinds of cool stuff to be able to bring you those workshops and things that you guys want to be able to delve more into it. But readings at the yes.
It's kind of a
Do
cool
it.
yin and yang kind of with the two. You get kind of a cool like contrast with the two of us doing stuff. And my dogs are going nuts in the background. It happens it
Every
wouldn't be a
single
show
show.
without my dogs, and oh my god, are they going nuts.
It's a serious moment. And the chat room's kind of crazy too. So there, it was just a moment. It was a burst. It was like
Full
a
moon.
solar chat burst.
Full moon.
A full moon burst. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and delve right on into Wednesday, the 16th, 2/16. Are you ready? February 16th, full moon. So carry over that full moon energy that we talked about last week and full moon in Leo. So Matt, what would you say again for like really keeping in mind for a full moon in Leo? If there's anything you have to do.
I think like full moon in Leo is like Leo's all about ego and spotlight, and the spotlight's on you. So it's all about what do you want to do when all the attention's on you. So your 15 minutes of fame.
If you had to think of like a cartoon character or someone that makes you think of attention and spotlight, what comes to mind?
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny?
Hmm.
Okay. I think of Jim. Jim is outrageous. Ooh, Jim.
Or Mickey Mouse. It's all
Mickey
about,
Mouse. Maybe Jessica Rabbit. Ooh. Like spotlight. Yes.
It's all about
Ego.
it's all about the mouse, or it's all about bugs, Everybody else is just sideshow. That's Leo. It's all about Leo. I mean, no offense. Don't send me hate mail.
You're welcome.
It's all about.
You're welcome.
At the end of the day, Leo's all about Leo.
So waking up to that tomorrow morning, bright and early, sunshine is all about Leo, all about ego. So we're going to have that filter ourselves, feeling that full moon vibe, feeling those joints achy, feeling that connection with empathy. And again, don't forget to put all your things out to really take advantage of it, because it's a good space. It's a wide open, lots of chirping, lots of information. And sometimes it's not so much the greatest place to set manifestations as it is to recluse in and just sit back and observe and take information in, because when it's a full moon, it's light enough for even those who can't see well to see well, right? You can go out and go, whoa, whoa. And so people kind of creep out of their holes that wouldn't otherwise do it. People feel brave, and it's Leo. So brave on brave on brave. Look out for that. But tomorrow we also have Venus in Capricorn conjunct Mars in Capricorn. Venus in Capricorn conjunct Mars in Capricorn. What do you get when you hear that?
Well, unless it's on a Wednesday though, which is weird. But
On a hump day.
cue the Barry White music,
Meow, 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 meow.
because you got Venus, the female energy, and Mars, the male energy, conjunct. They are combined. Do whatever mental imagery you want, but this is male and female overlapping. This is sexual synergy in Capricorn, which is just achievement and checking boxes. So this is sexual synergy.
Achievement. Why did I hear ladies man in my head?
This is. But again, I'm going to say this. I always say this when it's because we've had, Venus, at least Venus, and we've had both in Capricorn for a while here. So Capricorn is about achievement. So I'm going to say again, so this is about achievement and possibly like checking boxes, and can be about achievement and conquest. So you got to make sure you don't end up being somebody else's conquest unless you want to be.
Ooh. Oh, unless you want to be, said Matthew.
Make sure you're not being used unless you're okay with that.
We just had a glitch too at 9:13. Unless you're okay with that, he said. Some people, right? It's
I guess some people may be calling me. I don't know if this is like coded like PC, but again, when I'm talking like male and female here, I'm being like the stereotypical. So whatever, like if you're like, I don't know exactly even how to cover this, but female, like Venus is the stereotypical female energy. Mars is the stereotypical male energy. So if you're like in a homosexual, and I don't play in that energy, so I don't want to pretend to like be able to speak for that, but I'm assuming in a homosexual type couple, there is one that is more on that side of the more on the female type of energy, and one more on the male. I could be wrong. Do not get mad at me if I am misspeaking. I'm misspeaking out of ignorance here. I'm saying in a more energy-wise male and female. I'm not saying in a anatomy-wise male and female. So I hope I cover that for folks in the chat that I feel may have been going in that direction. I hope I covered myself. I'm speaking energy, not anatomy.
But also, stereotypical man box, woman box roles of those anatomy that gets played throughout tradition. So it's kind of an interesting space. And the Capricorn, someone said, so does that make Capricorn a whore? No. In fact, Capricorn is actually quite the thinker, the fantasy, the things that have been stewing and brewing in the mind for a long time field. And also that you might have been like just thinking about it and 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 just thinking about it. And Venus is like, I don't know. It seems kind of nice. And Mars is do it, do it, do it, do it. Like you've got these vibes that just so happen to be a river flowing with many streams coming together. And the vibe of Capricorn is that man, it's hard not to go in like seraphim.
Yeah, I'll add maybe it's a little bit of me on the like it's far from the like I would say the opposite of Capricorns are notorious for being picky.
Very.
And they're also notorious for staying in for the like long haul. So like they don't. There's some other, again, I'm going to be stereotypical here. There are some other signs that are notorious for, being very flirtatious and kind of like bouncing around partner wise, Gemini. That Caps are not, Caps definitely, and I'm not calling that other sign that W word that field guy put in there, but I'm just saying Caps are not. Caps are not known for playing the field. Caps are known for being really, really picky.
Yeah, the
really,
opposite.
really, really, really selective. And then when they finally make a choice, they stay in there for the long haul.
Squeeze it like a puppy.
So it's that achievement piece. They're more like, they'll have like their goal in sight and then they'll invest like 10 years going after their goal and reject like 500 people that just don't meet their standard. The exact opposite of that W word.
I talk all day long
about Libra. I have a lot of Libra energy too. Are Libra people indecisive? Yes, they're notoriously known for being indecisive.
Music by Poolside? I'm not familiar with that band.
Oh God, I get in trouble. Mary's asking me about what Scorpios are like. Like I get Scorpio is one of the signs. Scorpio and Pisces are the two signs that I got in trouble with. Like people, like I got like hate mail over like my characterizations. Scorpios, I will say, like I guess I just describe Scorpios as intense, and what you see is not what you get. So it's more like subtle agenda, and like they don't necessarily like what they portray out front isn't necessarily what they mean. So they're like lots of coded, lots of hidden, lots of message type stuff is my read on it. So I always say like James Bondish with Scorpio. So you got to read a lot into like Scorpio messaging and things like that. They're not going to be very upfront with their emotions and how they feel.
I think of whether or not you're watching the tail or the venom or the claws.
Yeah. I view them, even though they're not opposite, I view them more like almost the opposite of like an Aries, that an Aries is just kind of like, if an Aries likes you, they're just going to like lay it all out there.
I'm going to take you by the face.
Hello, Barbie. Let's go party. That's like an Aries. Or whatever that
don't
line
get that in my head. Okay. Tomorrow evening.
I picked 3 of Wands.
Oh.
Which is the guy waiting for his ship to come in.
Ooh,
maybe that is your, you're just waiting for your ship to come in romantically tomorrow.
What do you think this is going to be predictive in the news? And those of you in the chat room, don't forget, be brave. Share it. What do you think this means for Venus, usually female, sensual, Capricorn, long-term female, with a masculine long-term male?
I'm going to place this in a really weird spot. Really weird spot. And watch, I'm going to be totally wrong here. I think there's actually going to be a legitimate pullback of troops in Ukraine.
I see it as something.
I don't think it's going to be long lasting. I still think there's going to be a war there, but I think there's going to be actually like the pullback's going to be legitimate.
I see it with the prince and princess, Katie, and like something long term with maybe a pullback on who the queen announced for the next follow-up queen, and it not being a female after all, and it like, I don't like, to some switch. There's going to be a switcheroo for a long-term thing that's done in a feminine, passive way, and I feel like it's going to be feminine, feminine, and then a masculine, feminine. Like, but I think it's going to be like the EU area, the Queen, and London. That's where I'm going to go. But that's not
another thing I could say is there could be some big romantic announcement tomorrow.
Right, like
big engagement, big like news breaks over some couple. There'll be some like TMZ. Kim
Kardashian and Pete Davidson are pregnant. It'll be something like that.
Yeah.
Kanye burns West Hollywood. I better be careful with the things I say because I think I called how many satellites fell from the sky. We gotta be careful. gotta be careful. Simulation power. Anyway, something happens tomorrow night, and I mark it on my calendar because my moon's in Virgo, baby. So every time the moon moves in Virgo, that's my time to shine. And that's something that happens tomorrow evening after the full moon peaks, early tomorrow. It passes into the sign of Virgo in like the end of Wednesday. So right at the tail end of Wednesday, we're going to have that moon entering into Virgo, and that's important to me. But how is it important to everyone else?
So is this still Wednesday? Is this a Wednesday
Still
one or is
Wednesday.
it still Wednesday? So you're
Mhm.
asking what does Moon and Virgo mean?
Yeah.
Well,
I
I would
have it
say
as being practical, focusing on the details, look at your
yeah, I would say
projects.
Moon is or Virgo. I would say is just like really I's dotted, T's crossed. It's very particular. Wants the details, and so Moon is emotion. So this is just emotionally, you want the facts, you want the details, you want everything tied up. This is going to be very, very particular on things. And so you're moving from that emotional spotlight to the particulars. And so, or even on that conjunct that we're talking about. So if there is any of that romantic thing, now all of a sudden it's going to be, you want details, you want details, you want details. I had a request for what did the cards say on that. This is an interesting one. 5 of Cups, which I always look at the guys crying, looking at the empty cups and not looking at the full cups to the right. So this is I always view this as you're sad about the past and you're not looking to the future. So it's like crying over the things on the past. So I view this as possibly emotional detail and sweating over things from the past and not looking at the optimistic things that can be toward the future.
I see this as the fates, knot, and string work, doing kind of magic in that space. And then as far as Pandora, Van Morrison, man, it plays Van Morrison a lot lately. That's crazy because it's all of my entire Pandora shuffling. But Moon Dance, again, it's a
Oh, wow. There's some synergy.
Yeah. Yeah. So not only is it a moon shift, but it's the details, perfectionism. I think for ritual, that's definitely doing some knot work. I will be doing that tomorrow evening. So yeah. You guys, what do you think for the moon entering Virgo? Any predictions that you
Well,
see following into the late evening on that?
yeah, I'm thinking even before predictions, like advice for folks is if somebody reaches out to you to ask for, like, be willing to provide detail. Be ready to get expected to be asked questions on details. I think along with this I's dotted and T's crossed, there might be a little bit of emotional insecurity on things. So people are going to want details to feel emotionally more secure. So be willing to provide a little bit of that extra information, particularly if it doesn't cost you anything to do so, just because it might make that person feel better. So, don't be an
Instead of
asshole.
I'll be there soon, I'll
Yeah,
be there at 7:30.
don't be an asshole. What's like? Well, what's it to you? I'm just just realize like where it's actually like coming from. Like make the person feel better. I mean, don't be an asshole. Sorry.
That really was funny. What's it to you? I just made me think of Nada Surf's detachable penis and like that whole that whole genre of 90s. Like, what's it to you? I don't know why. Yeah, don't be that way. And that's because you would intentionally know that people are, because we just told you and now you've heard it, that they're gonna need a little extra.
Let me
So
be right back.
yeah, saying things like, "Hey guys, we're going to be there at 9:30 instead of a little bit later," or I'm going to be able to bring some snacks, saying I'm going to be able to bring a thing of coffee and chips so that like people know the details, because what the hell does it matter that you give those
Yeah.
details on that? It lets people be prepared. So security will come with that. Comfort comes with
Or
security.
just
Hey,
those dumb conversations like, where were you? Out.
yeah.
Where'd you
So what
go?
what did
Lunch.
you think of my
Yeah.
dress? It was all right.
Yeah.
I
Like,
really liked the buttons. I thought the color was really nice. I thought the length was a little short, but great.
yeah,
Like, give the details. So that's a good piece of advice. Good,
good
good.
detail.
Okay, that means
So, oh yeah,
Thursday.
predictions. So predictions are
Oh
going to
yeah.
be the details are going to be important tomorrow or Thursday. I'm sorry,
Still
you got me.
Wednesday night.
And I apologize to everybody watching this because this sucks. I'm like actually confused as to whether we're still on Wednesday or Thursday.
It's still Wednesday
It's
night.
still Wednesday. Okay, so yeah, so pay attention to detail even on like the news things on Wednesday because devil's going to be in the details on some of the things. So if you've seen news stories, if you've seen things coming up, pay attention to those things because some of the little like fine print, some of the little details on some of the news things that come up are going to be important later. So I can't predict, and this is where some people like on these things go, well, this is why like predictions are all bullshit. Like I don't know what the thing's gonna be. I'm just gonna say that there's something's gonna come up that's not gonna seem
Write
to
it
be
in
a
your
big
journal.
that's not gonna there's gonna be some detail on tomorrow that's not gonna seem like a big deal. That by this time next week is gonna be a big deal.
I know what it's going to be.
So pay attention to details on Wednesday.
I think it was Justin Trudeau trying to take all the cryptocurrency and how they're going to try and infiltrate that. How the hell do you manage cryptocurrency? And so it's going to be some federal flip of the coin.
Could be the ruling on the prince, and I mean I don't follow that stuff all that closely, but you know there's all kinds of stuff going on.
Could be the new cure for AIDS, but that it only seems to work with people who are mixed race. What kind of publication was that? Anyway, all kinds of weird news. It's going to be a subtle detail. Keep it in mind. It's going to matter. So let's just see how the dominoes fall. Because then Thursday, and this is Thursday, we're waking up fresh Thursday, run by Jupiter. It's my favorite day of the week because you're almost there. You can see it, the light. The Midwest and the southern part of the United States is going to be under a winter weathery report, a winter weather advisory.
We're going to be in the 70s.
What is going on? The poles are shifting. The Mayans were right. World's ending. But we're going to be doing our astrology. It's going to be February 17th. 2/17/2021, 22. 2/17/2022. Are you ready?
Hmm?
Jupiter is in Pisces, sextile Uranus in Taurus.
Oh, that's a cool combo. I kind of like when these like kind of mid to outer planets have something. So okay, so sextile is
Ooh la la.
removing
Harmony.
obstacles. So Pisces is the car it's opportunity. So it's the car pulling up, hop on in, we're going to. And now we're in Pisces, so it's this introspective, artsy, I always say deathbed perspective kind of.
Pleasure Town.
I'm at the end, I'm at the end of my time here. My time here is done. I don't care. Let me sacrifice this for the greater good. Removing obstacles to Uranus is the rebel, the curveball, the purple mohawk. We're going to go out of left field and shake things up. In Taurus, this is a really weird combo, the stable indulgent, the big bull on the hill just wants to sit here and chew its grass and kind of just chill. So I always view this as we're going to rebel by doing nothing. So it's hop on in. We're going to go do this big, deep, introspective thing that's going to remove all obstacles to us to be rebellious by like doing nothing. So this is a really weird one. I view this as opportunity for self-care, selfish self-care. This is a very indulgent energy to basically just F the world. I'm going to take care of myself energy. Selfish. This is like extreme selfish indulgent energy. Even though I say it's usually this martyrdom energy, I think this is going to be this very introspective, this is going to be very like deep within kind of pull and just, it's going to be, this is like a big spa day type energy.
Ooh. I like that for like the ritual or shadow work suggestion. Having a spa day, initiating that kind of fantasy or introspection. This is like some crazy mushroom trip. I could just see it now. When I see Jupiter and Pisces, I kind of feel like that, like a like a Phil Collins song, like something like a synthesizer partially underwater or something.
You always say Jupiter is Chris Farley. I think Jupiter in Pisces is the epitome of Chris Farley. It is
Yeah,
the I'm gonna go and just indulge, but I'm gonna indulge by doing like a shitload of cocaine. And today's actually Farley's birthday,
oh,
and like that that entry, because I actually saw the video today again. That entry on the why can't I think of the guy's name? It's not the Tonight Show. It's the other one.
SNL.
The other guy. I'm drawing a blank on his name. But when he went running all around, and then he like actually went out and did it
Fallon?
like, yeah, no, not Fallon, Letterman.
Letterman.
Yeah, he was like running all over the place and going like that's Jupiter and Pisces to me. Is Farley like running all over the place, going absolutely nuts.
Man, that's crazy. I didn't know that was his birthday today. He's been really in the ether a lot lately. And I think that comedic vibe, as well as the censorship lately in that, like this is that spa day, introspective. I feel like a George Carlin kind of vibe, like a comedic catharsis. Ooh, a comedic catharsis. But what does that mean for like politics or divination?
Are you thinking? Are you saying prediction? Well, let me do my card first. So I got the Two of Wands, which you see the wand on either side here. So I always interpret this one as the decision card. So this is kind of which way you're going to go. Yeah. Which usually I take this as like a Gemini energy. So I guess kind of in this indulgent, you can kind of tune in or tune out. Prediction wise, this is a lot of yin energy. This is a lot of introspective energy. I don't think there's going to be a lot of outward stuff that happens. This might be a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on. There may actually be I wouldn't be surprised if there's an overdose or suicide that happens Thursday. I hate predicting that kind of stuff. I'm not going to say a specific person because I hate predicting ill things, but like I wouldn't be surprised if there's something along those lines that gets announced on Thursday, like a high profile like celebrity suicide or overdose on Thursday.
I'm thinking of food poisoning on a mass scale. Like something's in the water.
Could be interesting. I could also this is kind of that energy too with like the although I would say that's probably more of a Neptune, but I'm almost getting this like Heaven's Gate like cult doing like weird like mass suicide shit like vibe too.
Yes,
it's that kind of energy.
It is that kind of energy. That's exactly that kind of energy. That's the energy. I didn't want to say it, but I was thinking it, and I was going to say it, and then you said it, and it just yes, that's the energy. That's the vibe.
Yeah.
Thursday night. Ooh, I'm excited to see how this pans out. The forensic psychologist in me is just tickled with joy.
Yeah.
And then Friday.
I am thinking there's going to be a I'll go a little farther. And this is gut. Well, you know this. I always say like I get these gut things, and then I like edit it or don't say it, and then I'm like, damn it, I should have said it. Like somebody's going to hang themselves. It's going to be a celebrity, and it's going to be.
Field guy says it's going to be Kanye.
It's not going to be a drug thing. It's going to be somebody's going to hang themselves Thursday.
Ah! Who is it going to be?
I don't want to go that far. Like even if somebody comes into my head, I don't want to go that far. I feel
Matthew doesn't speak their name.
Yeah, I don't want to speak their name.
Don't speak their name. I, however, totally believe in Psalms 43. I will speak their name.
I have offline. I don't think I did it on our prediction show. I think I told you offline the one person that I did say for 2022. But like, yeah.
Well, and we were
talking. I don't want to say it in public.
We were talking about a certain musician recently with tight pants that I thought has still maybe kind of come into my mind in that space. Right.
If it ends up being them, so I'll tell you guys, and we'll say later. I'll say it in code. I had a bizarre dream. There is a band with a singer with a very large mouth that has a roller coaster This is how I'm going to say it without saying it. That has a roller coaster in Disney. And I had this bizarre dream right before my alarm went off that I was on that roller coaster. And that roller coaster starts with that singer counting it down. It's like 10, 9, 8. And then when that launched is when my alarm went off. And I was telling Sarah, I'm like, that was the weirdest dream. And then when it went down to 1, my alarm went off. I'm like, it was the weirdest thing. Now, that would be really freaky if that singer that was counting down is the one that something happens on Thursday.
You never know.
There, I said it without saying it.
Right. You never know. But now we'll know. And we will know in a matter of time. And it makes time go by in a fun way. And this will be good. This will be fun. And then it all comes together in a predictive way as we journal it and we pan out and omnipotently go, yes, it makes sense now. Because Friday, February 18th, 2/18/2022, the sun moves. Well, not technically, but it is. We're always moving. And the sun enters into Pisces! Yes. More water. A hot burning ball of fiery solar flames knocking out all those satellites. Fuck you, satellites. Sun enters Pisces. Water. Fish in barrels. What does it mean?
Well, as I always say, I get I get a bad rap as I don't feel good when things are in water, but for some reason I get this rap that people think I don't like water signs. I like Pisces, but yeah, so this is now, so sun, the main energy is getting into this deathbed perspective. It's funny. I think we started this whole show. We either started this whole show when the sun was in Pisces, or there was a lot of stuff in Pisces because we talked about this a lot when we kicked the show off last year. So yeah, it's the last sign of the zodiac. So it's kind of that kind of end of the cycle. It's the wisdom at the end of life. It's that deathbed perspective. It's introspective. It's kind of sacrificial. I don't have much time left here, so I'm willing to give up X for others. It's very artsy. It's very introspective. It's deep. It's emotional. It's also kind of the 12th house. So it's this kind of psychological, inner focused. It's mutable water. So it's flexible. It's
jellyfish.
It's movable water. I think Pisces is very interesting. I have no water in my chart, so I just like all the water signs are alien to me. But it's like water. Like Pisces is the hardest one for me out of all the water signs. It's the hardest one for me to describe. But it's kind of interesting.
Well, and so that sun, I think of that center of gravity, kind of thinking, okay, in the coming weeks, you're going to feel this pull. You're going to feel emotional, intuitive, empathetic Pisces, feel a pull to be more emotional, intuitive, empathetic, and mystical, but spiritual and imaginative. And the language of like, feel me on this one. Hey, come check this out. Hey, will you come feel this out for me? Hey, will you give this a feel? Hey, will you?
I'm still getting in the chat. I keep saying I like all three water. I love like all three water signs. So I don't know how I word it. I gotta like change how I word it because I actually love all three water signs.
I love how you word it,
But
and it's just fine.
I think they all still feel like I don't like them.
No, who cares? Pisces is so fluid. It is life energy. It's water. It's reflective. I almost see it as the watery heat on the highway, the mirage in the desert, the oasis. It's very motivating. And it is a feeling that you don't always know if it's going to be there or be the same when you get there. With time and any kind of movement, stuff changes. It saturates, it absorbs. But in the moment when you see it, it ignites something within you that makes you move.
I think the fact that it's mutable, which hopefully most of the folks know that, like the mutable is the change. It's the last kind of sign for the season. So it's like the changeable one. I think that's what makes that one hard to describe. So, like the cardinal sign is like the aggressive, like, the one that drives the change. The fixed one's the more stable one. And then mutable is the real flexible. And so the fact that it's mutable water, changeable emotion, that makes it the hardest one to kind of put your finger on as to like what it really is. because it's flexible. It moves. Water's the most flexible of the 4 elements anyway, and so it just kind of, yeah.
Yeah. And so, ritual for this is going to be that flexibility of mind and body. It's definitely going to be, I would think, the allegory of the cave and doing light work. What is real? And what is real in comparison to real, right? How is light play going to, I think, the circle of light, like the Lion King. My Pandora, when I go to what song is playing, it is. A song called Real Love, Baby by Father John Misty. I belong to the stars in the sky. It's very lyrically, I'm falling in love. Tell me what's wrong with this feeling. I'm a flower. You're my bee.
I don't know if this makes sense to you or not, but this analogy always makes sense to me on this, and it's the only element. I have to see if this makes sense for the other elements, but this always makes sense to me for the water one. Cancer always make the analogy of like the ocean. Scorpio is like a lake, and Pisces is like a stream or a river. Because Cancer, you got the tides, and it's cardinal, so it's like like it moves, and it can move things like that, and then Scorpio's fixed, so it's deep water and like depths to it, and Pisces is like moving and flexible.
A lot of flexibility with our emotions and the
I don't know if that
emotions of
makes sense
others.
or not, but that's how I feel.
Friday's going to be interesting, and not to mention that's the sun moving in a water sign, and then you have the moon, a watery space object, in the sense that it really does fluctuate our cycles and our feels. The moon on that same Friday, the sun enters Pisces while the moon enters Libra. So what would you say about the moon entering Libra really quick on Friday night?
I got for the sun going into Pisces. I always have a hard time interpreting this card. Knight of Swords. So it's kind of like action and ideas. So this is just kind of like new initiative. So it's
the end of an argument too.
Starting new. Yeah. So starting new, like
compromise.
Initiative on new ideas and starting new things. So it's kind of a weird combo, I think, with the moon in Pisces, but maybe it's like taking that whole introspection and channeling your energy in a new direction. So I'm sorry, what was the new one you said?
Moon in Libra.
Moon in Libra. Okay, so emotions in Libra's balanced. It's cardinal, but it's ruled by Venus. It's this kind of balanced air. It's diplomatic. It's known for kind of being indecisive, but that's because it kind of wants to keep everybody happy. But it also is indulgent in that it likes, much like Taurus, which is also ruled by Venus, it likes nice things. So it likes things very nice. So this is now an emotional space, and people will be in an emotional space where they want everything nice. They want their surroundings nice. They want everybody to get along. They just want everything to be nice. This is even if there is a conflict going on right now, we just want everybody to put your bullshit aside and let's just all get along for these next couple of days for this lunar cycle, and let's just have everything be nice for the next. This is like the family reunion where some family members may hate each other's guts, and you got the mom that says, I know you guys are fighting, but we need to be all nice because it's so-and-so's birthday, and let's just all put our differences aside and get along just for the next 2 days. That's this.
I have to validate you. I have to validate you on this, and I'm sorry. When I say that, I know it's super fluffy to even say that. So on Friday night, I'm going to be driving into Kansas City, and it'll be late in the evening because I'm avoiding the storm. And my sister, I believe, is going to be flying out because somebody on her family on the other side is not doing very well. So she just kind of got word that I was going to be coming in as she's going out. And my dad was like, well, but she's going to be leaving her car over here so that I can watch her car while she's out of town. And it'll be probably right around the time you're getting in. And he's like, so even though you and your sister have not been getting along lately, do you think that? And I was like, Dad, you know me. As long as she doesn't say anything, I won't say anything. And he's like, yeah, but can you just not say anything regardless? And I was just like, Like, you feel that clenching of my jaw. And so to hear you say, yeah, what can you keep quiet and at what cost? Anubis. So bad.
Well, it's curious. I mean, we all know what comes next is Scorpio, which then again, it's not going to be all out in the open. But then Scorpio, when it moves into Scorpio, then it's going to be all the stuff moving behind the scenes of, okay, well, I kept everything nice, but now I'm going to do this little thing just because I know it's going to annoy the shit out of that person. And so, like, that's when all the like behind the scenes stuff going that people get their little digs in and stuff, which very interesting. I got 7 of Wands, which I call the defensive card. You see that person up there, like on that stage with all the other wands around them. So it could be I'm feeling very defensive and under attack because I'm told that I got to keep everything nice, even though I'm really pissed off by my current situation. So
I got an interesting song called My Type by Saint Motel. And it's just a song that's like, you're my type if you have a pulse. It's literally the song. Is like, you might be my type if you're human. You might be my type if you're breathing. You might be my type. But it's a really good song. It's very funky. And Saint Motel, my type is the vibe for that energy. Dang, that's going to be a wild Friday. That's this Friday. Friday after Valentine's, of course. Journal it out. Apply it to yourself and others. As we see this panning, because we've got 10 more minutes and we need to hit Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Saturday, Moon in Libra, trine Mercury in Aquarius.
Moon in Libra, trine. Did you say, is this Saturday now? Or are we still Friday?
This is Saturday, February 19th.
Moon Libra, trine. What was in Aquarius?
Mercury in Aquarius.
Okay, so this is interesting. So this is synergy. So trine is synergy. Mercury, thoughts and communication in Aquarius, that kind of rebellious energy. So this is an interesting combo to have synergy in. You have this emotional, let's keep everything nice for everybody, having synergy with this kind of rebellious, out of the box kind of communication. So because it's trine and synergy, I'm going to spin this to say that you're going to have people communicating in uncharacteristic ways for the benefit of keeping things diplomatic. So if you're having one of these family gatherings or something where you're being asked to keep the peace, you're going to have people that normally would stir the pot and cause all kinds of trouble that are going to, like, their curveball is going to be that they're actually going to do the nice gesture, or they're going to actually say the nice thing and catch the other person totally off guard to keep the peace. That doesn't mean they're not going to stick the knife in on Sunday or Monday, but Saturday they'll be catching people off guard by having very diplomatic communications. Don't be suckered by it. It could all be an act, but
enjoy the peace. Enjoy it for Saturday. Take it, that rebellious outside of the box without any drama. Don't worry. Don't let anything be worried on Saturday. Then look at Sunday. Sunday. And this is a vibe for sure. Sunday, February 20th is Moon in Libra. Still.
it's a lot of moon stuff.
A lot of feelings. Ooh, the feelings. Squaring off with Mars in Capricorn.
That's a cool one.
I know. Give it to me. That urge to get things done.
All right. So moon. So square is like conflict. So square, it's in your face, in your way. You have to deal with it. So unlike the communication having synergy, now this is action. So Mars is action in this achievement thing. So this is things that I want to get done, things that I want to achieve, actions. And what is in my way is this. Let's just keep everybody all like happy and all. So, but we're getting into the end of the weekend. Whatever happened on Friday and Saturday, now we get to Sunday and people want to get stuff done. And this keeping everybody happy is in the way. So, it worked Friday, it worked Saturday. By the time we get to Sunday, it's like, this is bullshit. People are going to start doing shit that's just going to upset things. And so the peace, joy, and happiness ends on Sunday.
No more peace.
Yeah. People start acting on their agendas, and they're like, okay, this is bullshit. I'm just going to start doing what I need to do. And yeah, they'll start pissing people off.
How do you feel like that's going to be predictive wise?
On a small scale, you'll have like nice little, like, if there's any kind of like gatherings over the weekends and stuff, like things will start falling apart on Sunday. On a macro scale, kind of the same thing, that it's going to be kind of a peaceful weekend, Friday and Saturday, and then something big's going to happen on Sunday. Something's going to start falling apart on Sunday. Could be on a lot of different fronts. Could be something diplomatic on the world scale. Once again, could be the things that are going on in Europe. You know, things could be looking really good, and then all of a sudden, oops, sorry, now we're shooting missiles. Could be that. It could be on another front in another country, but you know, it looks like, you know, we're playing nice, and oops, okay, now we're not playing nice.
Well, and I'm getting a sense of like the word crumbling really is the word that I would not focus on, but hone in on. That my spirit guides and my spirituality is like, what's that? What's that? What's that? Crumbling? What's crumbling? What's crumbling into the ocean? What's crumbling on the seaside? What's crumbling? What Tower Castle thing is crumbling? What is this crumbling? Like the never-ending story crumbling? Like what's crumbling? Like, and it's a building, it's a structure, it's something large. It's not like a cookie. But it is. It's the same kind of crumble, but it's bigger. It's a much larger structure, and it's an older structure. I get a sense of like the sadness that I feel with the like libraries and Alexandrias and like very good history moments that have been lost. I feel like, oh no, this is not necessarily a great thing to have be crumbling. I don't like it. So that's kind of what I see in a predictive space. And anything with Mars, I do think action. I do think it's a safe prediction to say there's going to be some kind of a conflict of some kind. And it goes back to the same Capricorn that you saw on Friday when or Thursday when you had a little bit of that Mars movement, right? Wednesday movement.
See, that's why, since it's Mars and it's Capricorn, the business, and it's Libra, the diplomacy, and it's I really do think I'm going to still stick with I think the Ukraine thing's going to look like, as the week's going on, it's going away, and then as the Olympics wind down on Sunday, it's going to be like, oops, surprise, and it's going to like blow up, and there's going to be sanctions, and there's going to be all kinds of shit blowing up on Sunday. And since they asked for the card, Seven of Swords, something has been stolen from you.
Man.
So it looks like you're getting peace, joy, and happiness. And just when you thought the whole weekend was going to be great, somebody does something weird on Sunday to F it all up.
And the universe is singing Etta James, I'd rather go blind.
Oh, that's true. I'm going to say, when I did my yearly predictions, the return is on Sunday. The U.S. return, which I had predicted that something was going to happen on Sunday for the U.S. that wasn't going to look like a big deal, but pay attention, because as the year would go on, whatever would go on in the news on Sunday would end up becoming a very, very big deal, very profound for the country as the year went on.
Oh, the Sunday.
Pay attention to the news on Sunday.
Yeah,
it's not going to be a big news story on Sunday, but it's going to turn into a big news story.
Well, and the and Steph had mentioned it too, that some really interesting things for how the United States astrological kind of mimics throughout history. Back in 2008, we had some similar ripples that rippled to some of the same kind of ripples we had in 1776. It's kind of an important year for our country. So there's going to be ripples of that frequency, that same guitar strum, residual entanglement being plucked a little this Sunday. Keep it in your thoughts. See how it lines up and journal that and see what you get.
Well,
For
Steph, that's
Monday.
what I'm saying when she said not buried in the meat. Like, I don't think it's going to be totally buried, but it's not going to be a big, it's going to seem insignificant. I always go back to, and I'm sorry for derailing us here, Sarah. When I remember seeing what was not a huge story when Hussein invaded Kuwait, it was a story, but it wasn't that big of a deal the first day when that happened. And then by about a month later, it was huge. And then about 3 months later, we were bombing. And at that time, there was worried, were we going to get drafted? And there was all kinds of, it became huge. But that day when the first news story broke, nobody thought it was going to turn into what it turned into. I'm thinking of that kind of thing. There's going to be something that's going to be out there. I'm even thinking, I remember when I heard the first time about there was a weird virus in China. Who would have thought we'd be where we are today when that story broke again? I'm thinking that kind of thing. So just pay attention. It's going to be something that is going to turn out to be much bigger than it's going to seem on Sunday.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. I'm really interested to see. See, this is what I love about the astrology is it actually makes me excited to watch the news at times because even if it's something not as awesome, I can be like, oh, look, and it makes sense. So as it continues to make sense, put it into the puzzle, guys. Put it into the relevance here as we see it unfold. Monday, February 21st, 2022. Then you got the moon, and you said it, you called it. Where's the moon going after Libra? Moving on over to Scorpio. The moon enters Scorpio on Monday morning. So Monday morning we wake up. Oh, what was that this crazy weekend? The moon enters Scorpio, emotional intensity on high, where a claw or a fang or a claw or a poisonous butt thorn could take you out. Take breaks.
We're tired of all that diplomatic bullshit. Now it's, whatever your emotion was, you held it in, you held it in, you held it in, you held it in, and now it's at the point where it's got to go somewhere. Is the best way I can describe
Unleashed.
That energy shift. That water's got to go somewhere.
Water is shifting. Catharsis is changing. The moon moves into a sign that is otherwise kind of mysterious. You don't hear a swarm of scorpions coming over the desert, but they get into your shoe when you've been living in Arizona for the last 18 years and you know to check your shoe, but it got in there the one morning you didn't check it. And that thing was only 2 inches long and it just takes you out. You don't hear or expect it in that way. Scorpio is, no, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. No, you're not. Are you? I don't know. Am I? Why don't you guess? What? What? Moon and Scorpio. How do you feel like this is going to pan out for prediction?
That's my biggest thing with, and I don't mean this as a negative. So I just got to clarify again because I offended Scorpios earlier. What you see is not what you get with Scorpio. It's emotional intensity, but they are very good at kind of the poker face. They will not telegraph where they're going with things. And so what is really going on and where things are moving, and much like Capricorns too, they're very strategic in how they go on things and stuff, but they're not going to telegraph where things are going, where that water is moving, those currents kind of under the surface. You're not going to see where that stuff is going. So where things are moving on Monday is not going to be apparent. So prediction wise, kind of the energies and things that are going on Monday are going to turn up later in the week. So I know this is kind of like a lame prediction thing, but the stuff that's going on Monday is going to be behind the scenes, and you're not going to see that stuff start manifesting until later on down the week. So Monday itself won't be eventful in that regard.
Right. You won't see necessarily anything happening. It's that creature under the boat moving. And if you didn't see it from the top of the, hey guys, what? You're not going to believe this. It's going to be kind of an interesting thing, bubbling. So kind of an interesting feeling. And It's weird. I'm getting the song Honeybee by The Head and the Heart. Right? I don't know, predictive what you might see for that. I've never heard of Honeybee, so that's kind of a cool song, a new thing for me to hear. The Head and the Heart. I've got to write that down because I don't know that song. And then I'll
I got
meditate on
Queen of
it.
Wands. Interesting card for Scorpio.
Queen?
Queen of Wands.
Okay. Could be a feminine matriarch, a powerhouse, a Kamala, a female lead. Or Justin Trudeau. We don't know. We'll see. We'll know for sure as it comes to fruition, and then it'll be Tuesday. And we're only a few minutes over. No big deal.
And we'll make it work.
We're going to make it work. But people are really concerned about Tuesday because Tuesday is a 2 day because it's 2222022. So my kids have to bring and dress in twos, and everything's about twos. And it's Tuesday, February 222222222. But that day the moon's in Scorpio, also squaring off with Saturn and Aquarius.
Ooh.
Oh, snap. I hear Fergie.
So you got, Saturn's the rules. I always say Saturn and Aquarius. I'll try to be quick here because I know we're over. Saturn and Aquarius is, I view that as like the opportunity to change the rules. And so that is being opposed by this kind of emotional intensity. So I view this as people moving kind of behind the scenes stealthily to change rules, shift the whole landscape to move things in their favor. So I'd be very much on my guard on Tuesday for people kind of shifting agendas and kind of playing chess to kind of move things around, move things in their favor. I see a lot of kind of Machiavellian, strategic kind of behind the scenes shifting stuff on Tuesday. Lots of sneaky shit on Tuesday. Oh wow, Steph's nephew's birthday, Field Guy's birthday, my daughter's birthday, a whole lot of birthdays on Tuesday.
2222222. And Machiavellian sneaky art of war, chess type stuff. When I go to the music, what's the divination? Never Going Back Again by Fleetwood Mac. Ooh. This is a great song. We love this song, and I could just listen to that all day, so I got to turn it down, otherwise I'll be distracted. Never Going Back Again is a great song. I think this is a celebration. Numerologically speaking, it's a lot of even numbers, so it's a little annoying to me. But the Saturn and Aquarius, that rule shift, that art of war, that knowing your tools versus skills. You know what I mean? Like the moon in Scorpio, know the difference between your ass and your mouth. For real. I mean, in, out, good, bad, right, wrong. Those juxtapositions are going to be key.
Well, remember, I don't want to get too far off on a rabbit trail here, but remember what I said about something profound is going to happen on Sunday. Yeah. And now we have this shady stuff on Monday and Tuesday. And it's my own personal opinion, get off here, that I think both sides in our country politically would love to, if they could game the system to take over, that they could stay in control forever, they would. So, and both have tried to varying degrees. So maybe one of them tries again.
New mark, fake facial recognition. It could be cryptocurrency. It could be, who knows what it could be? It could be anything. It's a crazy world out there, guys. And we're going to know within a week's time, which is exciting. And we're all in this together. So don't forget to journal it out and see the strengths of your intuition. See what things you're like, man, I got the numbers, but not the feelings. Or, oh, I got the dates, but not the songs. See what synchronicities you find yourself going, holy cow, I couldn't believe it. We talked about an asteroid falling from the sky, and we were mentioning, Fleetwood Mac, and I was standing there in the thrift store, and Fleetwood Mac came on, and their little thing fell. And it's like, it's weird how things pan out, and getting to know your intuition is really just about talking about it, having the confidence to validate it, share it with others, and exercise it like anything else, like practicing piano. So I hope you'll do it with us every Tuesday. We're here every Tuesday. mslosier@yahoo.com, Facebook at Paranormal Sarah, the Astrology and Alchemy, the
I'm in Astrology,
Autumn Moon Astrology, the Paranormal Channel, all the things. But every Tuesday at 9 p.m. We're here.
Yep.
And we hope you'll join us. So be here, be square next week, 9 p.m. Central. Or don't forget, you can catch Matt on Sunday Night Dead on Sundays. Same place you're probably catching this, live chatting this Sunday, if you can't wait till next Tuesday. All right, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Talk to you next week.
Good night.